Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. We're going back to the popular tab today because there was something that caught my eye, and it is the Space Virus by Shrek is Drek. Sure, a virus that was born when the Earth was young, but was ejected when a major asteroid struck the Earth. My, what a coincidence. Catching all the microorganisms onto one little asteroid and bouncing off into space. Amazing. It has remained dormant in an asteroid for many millions of years till it crashed back down to Earth. Not used to Earth's new climate, it is weak, but you can make it strong and powerful enough to destroy the human race. But it can do much more than that. By the way, this is set in the future. Smiley face. Thank you, Shrek is Drek. Let's give it a shot. This is the virus. ATP boost, Darwinus, Aquaside Extremophile, and Symptostasis all seem pretty good. Maybe we'll switch things over to Genetic Mimic just for a little while. You never know when mutation actually works well for you in a scenario or not, but Genetic Mimic is always good. Pick that up, normal difficulty, and it is called ASTC-76 by default. I believe that is named after the asteroid. So there we go. Welcome. You are virus that is weak to cold climates, and you use carbon dioxide as your fuel. Oh, well then, after runaway greenhouse effect, then this should be amazing for us. The perfect climate. Oh, sorry, climate. Yes, I need to say it correctly. But nowadays, there isn't as much carbon dioxide and Earth isn't as hot. Oh, really? In the year 2231, apparently we did manage to control climate change entirely, and now we're back to normal. Well, good luck. Choose where you start. Choose your asteroid crashes. Be careful, though. The virus can resist heat better than cold due to Earth's old atmosphere. Old atmosphere? We're talking when the Earth was young. I guess there was definitely stages when it would have been incredibly hot, and probably some stages when it would have been incredibly cold. Which one do we come from? Apparently the hot one. Though you would think that this virus would have adapted to the fact that it spent millions of years on an asteroid in the vacuum of space. But alright, we're obviously going to pick Saudi Arabia. It sounds like this is perfectly tailored for that scenario. Transmissions. We have a lot of options. We have birds, rodents, livestock, insects, blood, water, air, fungi. The virus can spread through fungi, and plants. The virus can spread through plants, because fungi and plants are not at all similar things. Honestly, fungi are fascinating to me. They kind of are their own classification of organism. It's not quite meat, but it's not quite a plant. It's kind of its own weird thing that I suspect actually has more DNA similarities to mammals than it does to a lot of other plants, but still, fascinating organism. I could spend hours researching that stuff. Let's go ahead and grab fungi just because I'm biased. Symptoms. We have saliva 1. The pathogen causes people to produce more saliva than normal. Pardon my spit. Increases infectivity. And discomfort. People fell a sly discomfort, causing the cure to take more time to be made. Sure, this is obviously going to be one of those scenarios where I think it kind of goes without saying. Spell check would go a long way. Abilities. We have 3 levels of heat resistance. Evolves to withstand hot temperatures and climates. This time you spelled climates right. Pathogen avoids cellular breakdown in high temperatures in hot climates. And the virus lived on the early Earth, and it was a lot hotter than it is today, so it is highly resistant to high temperatures. But again, no cold resistance, even though it was suspended in a rock in space, which is around 2 degrees Celsius for millions of years. Could not be bothered to evolve to that new climate. Yes. Well, it's fine. Let's go for air transmission. I think that's going to be the best, of course, starting off in Saudi Arabia. With this much heat resistance, I mean, Saudi Arabia is effectively like a poor nation. We should be able to spread pretty darn quickly through them. We'll grab another level of air transmission. Discomfort. Mutated for free as we get into India, the Middle East, and Iraq and stuff, moving on into France, Egypt, and spreading pretty fast around the world, actually, considering this has only been going on for a couple of weeks. Go ahead and grab some water transmission, increase my odds of getting out into, let's say, Greenland, stuff like that. And they've already detected me. Well, I guess that's what I get for having discomfort. People notice discomfort. They are very uncomfortable with it. Let's grab a couple levels of cold resistance since we are getting into places like Russia. Should also grab a level of drug resistance since we are in Europe. And Asteroid Awareness Day has begun. Grab another level of cold resistance. What's this? Arid protection. The pathogen forms a streamline shape, causing arid winds to pass by it easily. Increases effectiveness in arid countries. I'm sorry, does a microorganism need to worry about fluid dynamics and being streamlined? I feel like it doesn't. But what do I know? Humid protection. The pathogen develops a waterproof membrane, causing it to be more effective in humid countries. Now, see, that makes sense to me. That I can get behind. Streamlining seems a little weird, but alright. I'm going to grab another level of drug resistance. There is actually a third level, drug immunity. Intelligent cell receivers able to repel all modern medicine. Wouldn't mind picking something like that up. By the way, the reason I didn't go through all this is it looks like it's mostly the same sort of stuff. Actually, what's this? DNA compression. The pathogen compresses its DNA, causing lesser chance of mutation. No apostrophe needed there. Am I going to regret getting the Darwinist? It is entirely possible that mutation is going to betray me, and I shouldn't worry about getting any symptoms right now. Entirely possible. Let's go for another level of water transmission, and also some birds so we can get around land transmission a little bit better. I am, of course, very concerned about getting to a place like Greenland. If they've already detected us, that means we're going to have a hard time getting over there. Let's go for extreme bioaerosol to max out our chances of getting onto a boat. I am on a boat, I will have you know. Headache mutated. Okay. Now we do have saliva. That leads to saliva 2. The pathogen causes even more saliva to be made. Everyone is drooling all over themselves. It's disgusting. And then there's memory loss. Neuritic plaques deposited on gray matter significantly impact memory and learning. People also sometimes forget to swallow their spit, causing suffocation. I think you all know what I'm thinking about all that stuff. I don't feel the need to harp on it because I don't want to be mean, but seriously, you know what I'm talking about, guys. This is why I harp on this stuff. Hey, we got into Greenland. Huzzah! Sweden is the only one trying to hold out on me. Not anymore. Skadoosh. Let's go ahead and grab saliva and memory loss. This leads to fever, increase in temperature, contagiousness, and severe dehydration, which can be fatal. Sounds useful. Despair. Altered serotonin levels impact mood regulation, induce feelings of despair in the host, and lessen self-preservation instinct, also slightly lethal. And stomach digestion. The infected digestive system works better than normal, making them less wanting for the disease to be cured. That's one heck of a sentence structure right there. I guess it makes some sense. So we're seeing, hey, look, there's some benefits to this particular virus. No, don't cure it. You'd be crazy. This has solved my indigestion problems completely. All right, do we care about any of this? Am I feeling pretty good about most of the world? Yeah, kinda. I don't think any more transmission makes any sense. Do you want to go down this route and see what happens? Sure, why not? It slows down the cure. Cell regeneration. The pathogen can regrow the infected cells, causing people less likely to cure it again. Sure. DNA recreation. The pathogen causes the host's old DNA to be replaced by new DNA, causing immortality. Is that how it works? I did not know. People are less likely to work on cure. Well, gee, I wonder why. Hey, I've been infected, which means I get to live forever. Why are you trying to kill me by curing it? No, bad idea. Pick that up. Cure equals death. Okay, are they saying that taking the cure kills you? I guess that would make sense because you're not immortal. It's only a matter of time until you die. Or is it a threat? If you try curing me, I shall kill you. People release if they cure this disease, they'll die one day and lose all the benefits of this virus. People stop cure research. It is apparently a win condition, and it is super infective. Sure, looks like we won the scenario already. Oh, and now everyone has a fever. Well, no curing that. I mean, you're immortal now, so don't worry, we'll just regenerate some new tissue for every cell that dies. Well, you're immortal, but now you have to stay in eternal slumber through the coma. Hemorrhagic shock. Severe loss of blood volume causes oxygen deprivation, loss of consciousness, and death. Hate. People start to hate themselves and each other, causing fights to be common. Sure, why not? Suicide. Again, I'm not trying, I really don't want to be mean. But the level of professionalism that would be gained from something simple as moving things over into a spell checker would go a pretty darn long way. I'm not trying to be a grammar Nazi. I'm trying to help people who are making their own scenarios look at this. I know it seems stupid and most people wouldn't care, but it clearly marks less attentive care if you're not doing that, right? So yeah, I would highly recommend going through a little bit of spell check before you publish a scenario. It's not hard to copy and paste things, at least into a Microsoft Word document or something along those lines. So I don't want to harp on it any more than that. Just, again, I hope you guys see why I point this stuff out, and I hope people can improve. People are now immortal, without a care in the world. People thank the virus and live in happiness, like spelled the same way as the pursuit of happiness. Yes, that makes it okay, for the rest of time. Well, that's unless something else reverses these effects in the future. Teaser. Oh no. Somebody's creating a sequel, which I'm actually totally okay with. You know, you don't see... Humanity is immortal for now. I don't see a lot of authors creating sequels for their own scenarios. People should do more of those. Honestly, that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I actually like that idea. Good for the author for being a little bit creative there. I would like to see people creating long scenarios that ultimately go in several different stages, telling a coherent story in some way. As maybe you accomplish something, then undo it with a different virus or something along those lines. I don't know, but it would be kind of cool to see sequels involved in all of this. 250 days, 100,000 points, very high score for a virus, which means this was a little bit on the easy side. Now, granted, getting 3 levels of heat resistance right off the bat is certainly helpful. So I don't know if there's anything that really needs to get rebalanced here. It's certainly nothing wrong with being easier and faster, so yeah, nothing to complain about there. 22% cure progress as well. It's a pretty fun little scenario there. I kind of like a lot of the stuff that has been added into it. Honestly, the only thing to really, I would say, fix is just spell check. Otherwise, that's it. Don't worry too much about the scenario. The content is pretty much good to go. Just a little bit of grammar, a little bit of proofreading, and bam, you've got yourself a winner of a scenario right there. I'll go ahead and say that I like it. Thank you all very much for watching. I do hope that you enjoyed. Please remember that I am going to be taking a break from Plague Inc. for the foreseeable future. Obviously, I will come back at some point, but for now, I need to diversify my content and just do something different. I've been doing the same stuff for a long time now, so... hope that's alright with you guys. Again, I will be back at some point. Please stay tuned to see what else I come out with, and I will see you guys next time.